Hey friends, it's Jackeline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my review, demo, swatches, a ton of comparisons on the brand new Insolent Rose Quad by Tom Ford. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to see all the details about this new release by Tom Ford, perfect as we approach Valentine's Day, then just keep on watching. Tom Ford has a lot of surprises for us this year, and one of them is now available at certain boutiques, and that is the Insolent Rose Quad. And guess who have it right here? Yes, yesterday I went to the Design District in Miami, and I called in Tom Ford's boutique and asked them for an appointment. They welcomed me in, and guess what? They had it right there. They also have another quad that is new called Desert Fox, and also in that same boutique they have the body heat quad in the rose packaging and the pink packaging. It looks very pretty, but I already have body heat, so I decided to okay, I don't need just another quad for the packaging. And then on Desert Fox is a very warm eyeshadow quad. It's like mango mango color. It's just like super warm, super desert inspired for sure. But Insolent Rose, you have to see it right now. It's so stunning. I cannot wait to try it. So let me show you right here. It comes in the very typical unicard from Tom Ford. This is made in Italy, same size. On the very top it says Insolent Rose, and I love the name Insolent Rose, like, mischief. I don't know, it just sounds a lot more seductive. By the way, he has another quad called Seductive Rose. Anyhow, my friends, so I have it right here. It costs $88, just the same, the usual price. So let's just open it up so I can show it to you. You're gonna be like, as soon as I saw it in person, I was like, okay, this is for me. So it comes in the brown velvet pouch. It says Tom Ford right here, and then on the pouch also Tom Ford. Same packaging, and here we go. I love the packaging from Tom Ford. It's always so beautiful. So let's open it up. I already took the protector out. Look at this. I think this is so perfect for Valentine's Day. Guys, I love my pink tones, my purpley tones. And as soon as I saw that, this won my heart. Now, this is not the wet dry formula. This is the regular formula. But if you are not familiar with Tom Ford formulations for eyeshadows, I think both formulas are excellent. The wet and dry formula, it's more, it has more sheen to it without having glitter. It's very easy to blend, but yet you will end up with an eyeshadow look that it will have shine, while this other formula right here, you get mattes, you get satins, you get kind of like duochromes. And I'm gonna swatch it right now and stop talking. But anyhow, friends, by the way, everything that I will be using today will be linked on the description box below for your convenience. The eyeshadow quad at the moment is only available on boutiques, but as soon as I see it popping up in different websites, rest assured I will let you know on my Instagram and also on my community tab. So just stay tuned for that. And this gives me the opportunity to remind you that if you haven't subscribed or follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do so you don't miss all these launches. Okay, let me just bring you closer so we can start with the swatches, and then I will go for entire demo, and then I will go ahead and do some comparisons with palettes like the new Natasha Denona Mini palette, also Tilbury's Pillow Talk, and many other more. So let me just get you closer. So another close look right here. Oh, I love the shades. It looks so gorgeous, so pretty. And by the way, if you're new here, I film in natural light, so hopefully this gives you the best representation of how it will look in person, in real life. Okay, friends, let's go ahead and give it a swatch. Okay, so this one right here is a matte shade. It does have a little bit of sparkles. I don't want to say that it's glitter because it's not heavy glitter, but a little bit of sparkles. Then we have this formula right here. Oh, Okay, all right. Oh, it looks beautiful. And then this one here is a matte formula. It's kind of like a dusty rose. And then this one feels just a little bit more creamy. It's a very muted purple tone, but you know what? It does have a chip. So it's matte, but it does have a little bit of like a sheen. And it feels so creamy. Wow. It looks so pretty. It looks beautiful. Scott Barnes number 62 brush, and let's go to this pale pink. Sigma E27 brush, and let's go to the deepest shade in the palette. And I'm taking this shade and just gonna deepen out my outer V. Got a little bit of fallout with that shade. You see it right here. So I will suggest to tap well your brush. Smith 253 brush. Gonna first apply it completely dry. Same shade, and I'm gonna apply it with some MAC Fix Plus. Same shade, but now I'm gonna apply it with my finger. See that shining there? BK Beauty 204 brush and the pink shade. I'm taking this shade on my lower lash line. Sonia G Flat Definer and the deepest shade. And I'm lining my lower lash line with this shade. Refer 03 brush and the lightest shade. I'm taking this shade on my inner corners and also on the brow bone. I went ahead and finished the eye look with just a little bit of liquid liner, apply falsies, and then for my lips I'm using Tom Ford Indian Rose as well as this MAC lip pencil in the shade Sword. Okay friends, now let's go into comparisons. And I think the first one that everybody is going to think of, because you know, Valentine's Day is coming and it's kind of the season that we are going to see a lot of pink eyeshadows. It's gonna be the new Natasha Denona Mini Love palette. If you haven't watched my review yet, I have it up here on my channel. As you can tell, I mean, color story wise, there's just a dash of similarities, but really there's not shades that they are equal, like exactly the same. I will go ahead and just swatch the entire palette so you can take a look at it and see the difference between them. This is Mini Love palette from Natasha Denona, and then Insolent Rose from Tom Ford. Then I have here Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. I think we can see some of the pinks in there, but I will say the one from Tom Ford leans a lot more cooler in tone, and really there's not much of like comparison right here, except I will try just, let's see, just two shades. If so, I think this one right here and then this one right here from the Day section. I'm just gonna put it up here. So definitely Charlotte Tilbury leans more warm in tone, a lot more warm. And let's now compare it with Pretty Baby. I mean, the only two tones right here that I'm sure you may want to see the difference is this shade and then this shade right here. This has a purple undertone. The one from Insolent Rose, definitely a rosy tone. So I have Insolent Rose right here and Pretty Baby right here. And then if we go to the deepest shade and then this deep shade right here, you will find that there's a lot of difference. Now let's go ahead and swatch this one right here too from Pretty Baby. They're all different tones of purples. Now let's go with Pillow Talk, the original one. Let's go for the Celestial shade. The Celestial shade from Charlotte Tilbury has peach in it. It doesn't seem like, but in comparison with the one from Tom Ford, which is the one up top, definitely has more warmth and peach, which is very notorious from Charlotte Tilbury. Most of her eyeshadow quads, even the neutral ones, they tend to lean a little bit in the warmer tone. And then let's go for this one, and then this one right here. Same thing right here. You can see the warmth on this one from Pillow Talk, and this one is from Tom Ford. Let's put it right here and here. I mean, these are very soft shades. You can barely see them right there. There you go. Now let's compare it to Meteoric. This one came out last year. Truly a beautiful palette. It's gorgeous. Now, same thing with the Celestial shades. The one from Meteoric leans very alike to say Pretty Baby, that is more in the purple notes. And then this shade right here is warmer than what you see right here on Insolent Rose, which is more rosy in tone. Let me just swatch it for you. This one. And then for Meteoric, let's do this one. Finding a space right here. See, this one, it's deeper, it's more muted. Yeah, they are all different. You know what? Because I reviewed, I think like 2 or 3 days ago, the new Natasha Denona Love Story collection. These shade right here remind me to the Duo Cheek palette. So we're gonna see it right now. These have a beautiful flip of like pink and pearlized tone. It doesn't have the peach tone that this one right here has, but I mean, it just kind of reminds me to that. Yeah, this one is a little bit warmer in tone. This is the Love Cheek Duo, and I think when you see this video right here, this will be already available at Sephora, Beautylish. I will make sure that also the other products that I'm mentioning, I will link it on the description box so it's easy for you to find. And then this pink shade right here, it also recalls me to this Pat McGrath quad. This one is Ritualistic Rose. I love this one, and this shade right here is the one that kind of like remind me a little bit of. Funny enough, this shade looks a lot more alike to the highlighter that we find in the Love Cheek Duo, that, by the way, I'm wearing it right now. Yeah, that peach pink tone. I mean, they are very alike and in the same family. And then this one right here is a trio of highlighters from Pat McGrath. By the way, are you excited for the new Pat McGrath launch? I think when you're seeing that, perhaps it's today or tomorrow. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get definitely the quad, the highlighter. I'm tempted on the lipsticks. Oh my goodness, there's so many things. Okay, friends, so here they are, all of them. So we have here Insolent Rose Tom Ford, Love Cheek Palette from Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath Ritualistic Rose, and then the highlighter from the trio, which also comes, it's one of the shades on one of Pat McGrath Mothership palettes. So I'm just gonna swatch right here, more smooth. The eyeshadow from Ritualistic Rose, you can see the sheen, it has more glitter in it too. I mean, I think all of them, they are kind of like in the same family or very close to it. Not equal though. They are, I mean, there's no dupes here at all whatsoever. There's no repeated shades or exact matches, obviously. And I know that you're gonna be telling me, well, what about Seductive Rose, right? Well, I do not own Seductive Rose, so I went ahead and do a little bit of research. Obviously, there's not much information about Innocent Rose, and what it seems like is, I will not say it's the exact same shade because again, I wasn't able to swatch it. Nowadays how it's different swatching things, it doesn't exist. But I will say if there's something alike, it will be this shade right here. I think Seductive Rose is still a little bit more, shouldn't say muted, but even has a hint of purple in it. Have that hint of lilac in it, a little bit more depth. So it's not exactly alike. These have more rose than Seductive Rose. I hope it makes sense. Seductive Rose leans a little bit more on that purple tone, which I love. It's another quad that I really want to get. I really want to add it on my collection. That one right there, oh, there are just too many. But that one right there, yes, I would love to get it. Okay, friends, completely done with the comparisons, and let's go into my final thoughts of Insolent Rose Squad. Okay, so let me tell you that I really love the color story. The selection is beautiful. It's more on the cool tone, which is still kind of the trend right now. We have seen it, you know, as we arrive to the holidays, we were seeing all these, you know, cool tones and after cool tones and, you know, eyeshadow palettes of all sorts. And I think the trend is gonna still going on until we hit pretty much summertime. That's kind of like what I'm seeing right now. I will have to say though, it's stunning, beautiful color selection. I love the color selection. The shades, performance right here. This performs wonderful. And I love that it's a matte, creamy shade with just a little bit of a sparkle that is not really glitter. And you know what? It's fun to change, you know, from the routine of using highlighter or very like shiny metallic for, you know, inner corner highlighter. I think it's very refreshing to see a matte shade as an inner corner highlighter. Also for the brow bone, I think it's just very refreshing and it looks just so beautiful. And then if we talk about this shade right here, I think it's a very, I will say, chameleonic shade that I love from Tom Ford, because it can be taken as a celestial shade, but it will give you just a very like sparkles, just as I demoed it today with a dry brush, and it would just give a little sense of like, oh, there's some sparkles here and there, right? But then if you wet it, it will give you, wow, full, like, I wouldn't say like super metallic, but a beautiful metallic shade. Now, if you apply it with your finger, you have kind of like somewhere in the middle that is not too metallic, but it's also not just, you know, little wash of sparkles. Does it make sense? So it's buildable, and I really enjoy that because at the end it will work for many people, you know, depending on your preference. Also, if you have eyelids like mine that, you know, they have a lot more folds, or if they are hooded, so you can work it out so well. And then this shade right here is just a very beautiful vintage pale pink, smooth, that you can just apply it all over the lid for a very simple eye look. You can just, you know, like use a dry brush and use a little bit of this shade and just, you know, wash it gently, you know, very feminine without too much. Obviously today, because, you know, the purpose of this review, I wanted to show every single shade on the palette. Now for this shade right here, I will have to say that it doesn't have a lot of pigmentation. I don't think it's a dot. I think it's just the nature of the color story. It's not, I mean, like you have to build it to get intensity, and yet you will not get this shade as you see it on the pan. I mean, it's just, I think the entire palette, it's very soft, very delicate, regardless of this shade right here. Again, I don't think it's a dot. It's another type of matte formulation, kind of like a middle of a satin matte that is not satin, but it's not full matte. So you can build it the way that you like it. Now, if you use this shade wet as a liner, it will just glide on really nice. You can use a little bit of Matte Fix Plus, and you can get even more intensity about it. Now, using this shade right here, it doesn't show in the pan at all, but you can have a little bit of fallout. So tap really well your brush when using it. Not a ton of fallout, but a little. So either do, you know, your eyeshadow look first and then go with the rest of your makeup, or just simply tap really well your brush and, you know, build it up little by little until you're pleased with the outcome. And yes, my friend, I think this is it for this palette right here. Now about Desert Fox, it's very warm in tone. It looks kind of like mustardy and caramel and kind of like mango in there. I don't know, it's a mix. It's a mix that I don't know if it will look good on my skin tone. I think I have a little bit of warmer undertones that I feel like it could be just a little bit too much, so I decided to skip on it. I don't know, you let me know if you want to see a review on that, because you know how much I love Tom Ford Beauty. A little too much. Okay, my friends, and I think this does it for this video. I would love to know from you, are you planning to get this squad as soon as you hit the major retailers, or you have perhaps a Tom Ford boutique that you will be walking by and checking it out in person? You have to let me know about it on the comment section below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I just think you're waiting just a dash too long, I hope that you will give me that opportunity and want to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And it will be amazing if we can grow also our family on Instagram, so come and follow me there. I will keep you posted up there, not only of the new launches, new makeup releases, also I give you close-up images of the products that I'm reviewing and much more. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends, that is super important, so that way our family can grow. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye bye.